Welcome to Debbie's Grow, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Cut down that fig tree which is bearing no fruit. Thaddeus weighs in OSP's power debate. So Veteran lawyer Sori has waded into the ongoing public discussion about the prosecutorial powers of the Office of the Special Prosecutor following the recent legal challenges to the powers. In a statement shared on his Facebook page, Sori asserted that the issue at hand is mainly because of the law that establishes the OSP, which he indicated does not address the issue of the country having an independent prosecutor to handle the menace of corruption. He said that the argument for the creation of the OSP was that the Attorney General cannot fight corruption because he is appointed by the President, but the drafter of the OSP law gave the power to the President to appoint the OSP and also included the Attorney General. So in his own words, it was clear from the law itself that the whole law was a fiasco initio. We just went round in circles and arrived at the same point. Our argument was that once the President appoints the Attorney General, we cannot trust the AG to enforce our corruption laws. Yet, we put it back in the law. So what is the problem this time? It is the law, the same law. We are reaping the benefit of what we sowed. Did we have the same experts who are speaking from the rooftops when the OSP law was passed? He asked. The renowned lawyer went on to indicate that the current argument of whether the OSP should seek the authorization of the OSP before prosecuting cases should not be an issue at all because it can be easily done. He further asserted that there would be a challenge if the OSP says that the Attorney General is refusing to grant him the authority to prosecute a case. He said, even the cases the OSP has prosecuted without any opposition have not yielded tangible results, which should be the main cause of worry, adding that changing only the law will not even make the office work. Let the SP show by trying that the requirement to seek authorization is workable. He should write for the authorization and show us the Attorney General's response refusing authorization. Then there will be a genuine reason to sing the chorus about the law being the problem. There is a ruling part of which is actually legally poor. Show some character, quash it, appeal and show commitment to prosecuting it. If the OSP shows he can and is willing to fight, some of us will fight for him in his corner. The OSP has throughout its brief history not shown any serious effort to discharge its statutory function. It is only about complaint. I will not blame the law. I will blame the occupant of the office. If we cannot challenge the occupant to be more responsible and to show commitment to fighting corruption, changing the law is pointless. Otherwise, let's do as the good book has advised. Let's just cut down that fig tree which is bearing no fruit, he said. He also refuted the assertion that the current legal challenge of the OSP is because of a tough war between the Attorney General and the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabin. Yes, so lawyer Sori is calling for the total scrap of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, the Attorney General is being appointed by a sitting president. So even if President Mahama is no longer in power, whoever comes, any successive government that takes over from the NDC will have to also appoint an Attorney General, which specifically means that Attorney General's office is not an independent office. So long as the person working in that office is being appointed by a political figure, it means that that particular person is being controlled by an upper hand. And so whatever they will tell you is what you will do. And so our leaders sat down and then they said, no, we need to fight corruption. Day in, day out, we have people embezzling from the state. How do we get hold of these people? How do we retrieve our money? How do we hold them responsible? And they said, well, let's come up with an office. And let's call that office the Office of the Special Prosecutor. This office will not be interrupted by any political figure. And so this office will be independent. And we are going to provide this office with all the needed necessary equipment and tools the office needs to work within its frame. And so they brought up the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, the same person who drafted the law of the AG was the same person who drafted the law of the OSP. And then you know that the Attorney General is appointed by a sitting president who is a political figure. Why then will you give 99.9% of prosecutorial power to the Attorney General and give like 5% to the Special Prosecutor? And also state in the law governing the OSP that in more cases or in more trials or often cases, the OSP will need an authorization from the Attorney General, knowing fully well that the OSP is supposed to be an independent body. So, do you now understand where the conflict is coming from? An office is supposed to be independent, but the power of which that office is supposed to claim to execute its mandate has been handed over to another office. And so before I can work, or before I'll be given that go ahead to execute my power, I will have to go to my superior, who is the Attorney General. And so if the Attorney General do not give me that go ahead, I cannot work, which basically means that I am not independent. Does it make sense? And that is why I said the people sat down to draft this law. Were they sleeping? Or we were just in hurry to draft the laws to bring about, to bring the office of the OSP, or because we want it to be noted in history that when our government came on board, we're the first government in power that brought out an office like this. And the OSP has a stance on prosecuting Obiaye. And even the one he said he has prosecuted, we don't even know how that prosecution or whatever he did landed. And so they are saying that the OSP should be scrapped. And if the OSP will be scrapped, then it means that is going to weaken the fight against corruption. Corruption, fighting seriously. Then it means we can't fight corruption. And it automatically means we are equally not serious as a country. We are not. Sometimes I wonder why we find it so difficult to fight against corruption. If it were to be in some countries, by now, they've already arrested like 10 to 15 people. But as it stands now, we are on the same issue since last year up to now. We are still on one issue. And then we think we can effectively fight corruption. No, we can't. And so if you're saying that the cases that the OSP has already started working on, which I know maybe he's about finalizing some one of 2, 3 cases and all the cases, they've declared it null and void. And then they've given upper hand to the Attorney General to take over. And as I said, the Attorney General is not independent. So the Attorney General can receive a call from other. This is another from above. This case, you're not supposed to touch it. Is it that you don't touch it at all, or you beat yourself around it? That is, you keep giving updates on things that not really matters about that case. And then like joke, it becomes a foolish case. No one gets arrested. No one gets detained. No money is retrieved. And then we think we are fighting corruption. And that is why I said we are jokes, bunch of jokes. That is who we are. We are not serious about corruption. And that is why any public figure that is given an opportunity, they want to take away what they feel like is due them. Even if they know that that is not the right time, they take it. Because they know no one is going to hold them responsible. For us to fight corruption, That has to do with a lot of work. A lot. OSP has been in office for how many years now? How many people can we beat our chest with boldness defending the OSP that he was able to prosecute these 2 or 3 people? No. So even the OSP, which we sees his office as an independent office, for the number of years he has been in office, was not able to prosecute or fight an ant. Then Attorney General, who is appointed by a political figure, can do that. No way. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's just be sincere to ourselves and face the fact as it is. That is going to help us. It will help us a lot. And now we have these 2 officers clashing. This one is telling the other, I have the power, there is nothing you can do unless I give you the go ahead, you should work. Does it make sense when you tell me that I have the power or the authority to control the space? And then later on you come to tell me that no, before I do something I should seek permission from someone. No, this is my office. If you tell me this is my office, this is my space, and I'm occupying this space, there should be no instance where you come back to tell me that I cannot work here. I have to seek someone's permission. So if I'm going to eat, I should seek somebody's permission. If I want to do this, I should. No. Then it means I'm not independent. I'm dependent on someone before I can act. And when it's happening like that, we are not going to get the actual results we want. We will not get it. We will just waste our time, waste state resources. That is what we are doing. We are wasting state resources into corrupt cases, and we see no result. We see no result. See, let me be sincere. People are fed up. People are getting tired with corruption. Come on, people are getting tired. What we've been told is not what we are seeing. I feel like this government is delaying. I don't know what is going on. I can't tell. But see, let me be sincere. NDC government, you are not serious about fighting corruption. You are not. You have less than a year to leave power. And Aunt Crying Chine, Ken of Oriata case, Adani Garini Wache. We are not seeing the tail and the head of this whole issue. All we get to know is that, Mr. So and so, Mrs. So and so has been involved in corruption related cases. We are interrogating her. We send her a notice. I see why. It ends there. We don't get to hear the details. And then what we get to hear is that he or she has been granted bail. And then when there is any issue popping up, the person will be called back to court to defend his or herself. And then another time he has been granted bail. See ya. And I'm sure it will continue like this till the NDC leave power. We were so happy when they brought oral. We were so excited because we knew that there were government officials that were stealing state money. We don't know them by face, but we know that they are there. They were stealing state money. Because tell me why the country will run at loss, and then you tell me that it is an angel that is stealing the money or it's a ghost. It's human. An office cannot be occupied by ghosts. We are not spirits, we are humans. So it's definitely a human being. So we were happy. Say they are not even saying anything. The last time I heard from Mr. Domelevo, he said most of the they gathered was chaffs and all that. I'm not committing in catch it. I said it was chaffs and BBBs, and I was like, look at all this. Everybody is quiet. No one is talking about it. How far have we gotten to? Hey, let me be sincere with you. Your own people are tired. Your own people, they are tired. They are getting disappointed. Let's call a spade and not a big spoon. They are getting disappointed. This is not what we expected. This is not what we want to see. We know there are still more days ahead, but more days, it's not like 10 years old. You close your eyes and open it and we are in 2028. And we'll have to vote in a new government. The NDC will make history if they're able to prosecute and arrest all these thieves and restore our money. That is all we want. Arrest them. Let us know that the Ghana law we have, is not in favor of some group of people and it's not against the poor. The law as it is, whether you are a president, whether you're a president, sir, whoever you are, when you flout it, the law goes against you. As simple as ABC. If you are supposed to be hanged to death, whether you're an appointee and you are caught, they do same to you. When you're ordinary Ghanaian, you are caught, they do same to you. There shouldn't be discriminatory between these two. There shouldn't be any form of bias. That is all we want to see. And if the NDC government should fail in this, then I'm sorry. Very, very sorry. For corruption, we need to fight it war armed. Thank you for making time with me on this group.